So good morning everybody. Actually today we will be talking something very general. I am not specifically taking up any specific subject today. We will talk something about the orthopedics, about the allopathy also. We have discussed something in the first year, but I believe it is better to talk actually what is this and what we are heading for. Certain things also important that how we are proceeding ourselves to be a doctor, to be your orthopedic surgeon. Before that, what are the steps actually supposed to cross? These are also important because things are moving in a direction that we are going to be more mechanized. And we are also prone to have more affinity for solving our orthopedic day-to-day problems with some instrumentation. Is it logical to address all the problems we are facing with some instrumentation or no? That is also a point of a debate, because the way we are moving nowadays, we are more affinity. We are distancing ourselves from the art of your conservative treatment. That is also a point, and it is being moved by some organization also in behind, so as to make it more instrumented related, more implants related, more surgical related, rather than going for the conservative treatment. This is an art we are neglecting, and probably in this part of during the COVID, it is being realized people that try to distance themselves from the surgical maneuvers, and again try to utilize this ability of conservative treatment nowadays. This is a true fact, because the way the incidence is taking place with the surgeons, orthopedic surgeons particularly, with this increasing number of operations, probably this is one of the source of your infection. This may realize. And that is why, though the orthopedic surgeons are not actually the first line COVID warrior many times, even then why they are so much victim, probably it is surgical operation theatre is the source of infections. That is what I realize, and that is why this is a message being passed to us that can't you solve some problems which we face day to day orthopedic practice with some conservative treatment? That is an art to be learned. That is a point we are distancing ourselves many times in last. Before that, I would like to talk to the we have discussed many things with the first year student. Then what you are actually desire to do. So we have discussed already that how the allopathy medicine has come to this existence today. Anybody who has some knowledge about it? But I told you that this allopathy medicine which is nowadays being practiced is not a very old type of our treatment modalities. Not very old. It is only 100 years, less than 100 years actually. And orthopedics problems which is being solved by the way we are dealing with this is only for 45 to 50 years. Probably we are more affinity to have this affinity after the AO people are coming to the field. AO organization, Association of Orthopedic Association of Study of Internal Fixation. Their organization is formed in 1959. So 60 subsequently, that means for last 40-50 years only, that tendency to solve all the problem is jumping up, and it is always increasing. Before that also, in the mankind history, the orthopedic problems are always there in the human being. The way of hunting, the way of your cultivations, confrontations, so orthopedic problems are already there in the mankind. Yes or no? Probably this is one of the problems they used to face in day-to-day life in earlier days, in early part of all the civilizations. There were also modality, there were also orthopedic problems with the fractures, dislocations, and other things are also there. And they have evolved some own techniques of solving the problem. That is how the problems of orthopedics is going along with the civilization also. So many things are coming up. Some washed away because of lack of evidence or lack of your science behind it, has been said by the Westerns. That is what we used to digest every day. But the certain things are very important. But that means the problems they are in earlier days also. Fracture femur was always there. Yes or no? So dislocations are always there. Then there was a way to solve it also. Every civilization their own way of doing so. Likewise, it happens to all civilizations. It is happening. It is in history. And then subsequently, of course, in the last 40-50 years, the approach is a bit changing. And then this beginning of this era of your all allopathic medicines, and this is only 100 years. We all know about the Flexner's report. I have discussed this thing earlier, Flexner's report. Then just to refresh, who is Flexner's actually? How the allopathic medicine is coming into this field and wiped away all the existing traditional way of treatment in all over the world. A little bit of refresh, I am refreshing the history. So we were 100 years back. So the Flexner, Abraham Flexner was actually a person from USA. Actually he was a Jewish. His father was actually a migrant from Germany. He was Jewish in by then he settled there in USA. And the sweeping sense, all the sense that took place eradicating the traditional way of treatment in USA is all started by 1910 by this report called Abraham Flexner's report. A little bit of what is this report and how it started all this sense. I would like to make you understand the importance of this. Actually, this person, let us know who is this person first. The person is the Abraham B. Flexner. Actually, he was a BA person. BA. He did BA. He neither a doctor not a researcher of the medical science. Interesting point is this. And in true sense, he was a dropout. How? Because he did BA, then subsequently he did philosophy in Harvard University and also later on from Berlin University. But none of where he did the advanced completions of the assignment. So halfway is left, but subsequently he joined your John Hopkins Hospital training centers in 1893. That is how they have started pathology and bacteriology. But in 1908, he has published an article that is called The American Study Education Eclecticism. That was a study actually based upon the general education systems in the USA. Then he tried to find out the loopholes and has placed some recommendations, and that is how he has attracted by the organization called Carnegie Education Foundations. That is Pitchett. So Henry Pitchett was the head of your Carnegie Foundation. Yes. So Carnegie Foundation has requested your Abraham Flexner to prepare a report for the existing medical education system there in USA. So at that time around 155 medical colleges were there in USA, and he studied all the medical, he visited there and do the analysis how to the system there. Then he came with a report. In 1910 he published the report. The report was there that he advised to go for the scientific base, the advice for the minimum qualifications of the students, and also he has also given importance for the research oriented studies and etc. etc. He also raised the point of your licensing of the medical college at that time, and also the state rule, education system should to be under the rule of law, is also being insisted by him. That is how the beginning of the era, new era has started, where the lawmakers and the other organizations, other manpower as playing their role in the medical education systems there. Then there was a sweeping change in USA. What happened? Then all the medical colleges were, most of them who not unable to comply with the report, they were closed down, or they had to merge with the other medical institutions for their existence. And then also they made it a point that all the existing medical colleges should to be under allopathy medicine, not. Before that, in USA, like at the other institute also in other part of the country, world, there was a system of traditional way of treatment. So homeopathy medicines, chiropathic, then your naturopathy, all were there, traditional way. So all the traditional way of treatment was actually washed away, and by your Flexner's report, which was converted later on the law of USA, with a man behind who passed this report to law was the Rockefeller Foundations. Rockefeller Foundation was very instrumental at that time. Rockefeller is a person who was a very powerful person, and he has got monopoly in oil. He is the wealthiest, richest person in the USA. So he was the person behind to get the Rockefeller Abraham Flexner's report get passed as a law by the USA lawmakers and also the president. So once the law was executed, then the oil sweeping changes took place in USA. So all the institutes being converted to allopathization. So whatever treatment is to be given allopathic treatment, nothing else. So that is the way how it is changes in the USA, later on to Canada also. And during the time of your World War II in USA, in America, Europe, so there was a very devastation. And Rockefeller Foundation was very instrumental in giving philanthropy activities in USA and Europe. So European power is collapsing because their colony systems were existing throughout the world were retracting. All the countries were under colony rule by the various US, European countries are nowhere under their grip. So that way also they are retracting their power, their influence in the overall the world. And also the war has devastated the economy and other things existing system there in Europe. And at this point of time, crucial junction, Rockefeller Foundation is playing a very active philanthropic activities, and they are also instrumental in propagating this concept of allopathic medicine there in the Europe. So from this Europe also, then subsequent throughout the world. So that is how the beginning of your allopathic medicine has started in way back your early part of your last century, and subsequently being spread to your Canada, then your Europe, then now throughout the world. Now today, almost all over the world, we are getting this treatment being provided mostly by the allopathic medicine rather than that of your other modalities of treatment. So that is how it is beginning, and that is why. And the concept behind this allopathic medicine is what? The concept behind this allopathic medicine was that pill for every ill. Pill for every ill. Means there was actually Rockefeller Foundation was so strong in oil initially. Later on, he also tried to have the influence on medication. So they have started their own medicines, and they have started all the various types of probably Largectil is the first drug being produced by the oil-based raw material and being used later on, was the first drug probably Largectil. So that is how he has given the mindset to the American people that every ill you have to have a pill. So that is the thing how it is propagated. That is why the tendency of ourselves also to find the solutions towards some medicines rather than going for some other way of thinking. Some what is the lacunae in there? There in allopathic medicines I would like to tell you that see here the concept of your dissociations of your body from the mind. What is the more important thing is that the approach of allopathic medicines is only system based. That means we are more concerned to the system rather than patient as a whole, holistic way. Get my point? So that means here that as I said, if you are dealing with orthopedic patients, considering the treatment for the backache, probably you are hardly concerned about this abdominal problem, or hardly concerned about the chest problem, or hardly concerned about the neural other problems. So we are more concentrating there. Likewise, the abdominal persons also is concentrating more in the abdomen rather than going for the other way. That is the fragmented way. A whole person who is coming to us, we are approaching there in a system way, but organized. And also we are hardly concerned about his mental state. And you all know that mind has got very important influence on the overall health. So lacunae behind is what we realize after 30 years of my experience, that we try to dissociate the mind from the body and again body with different systems. Because our approach is here in all these things that while you are then in also long case presentations by the orthopedic student, you will find they hardly give much importance in other systems examinations. Swiftly they used to pass a remark that everything is normal, NAD, no abnormality detected. So that is the way we have been taught. We are also teaching like this, and it is also happening like this. That is why in a census, in a study overall world, that around 40% people are not happy the way we are dealing with their patients and also way their relationship have been treated. So some sort of your breach is there. Probably this breach to be addressed, and that is why the other concepts are nowadays emerging also. Probably in this area of junction, Ayurvedic medicine is also taking a very big leap. In the other sense that this Ayurvedic way of treatment in India, which is one of the ancient modalities of treatment or traditional way of doing so, is been discarded by the Western for the lacking of your science behind it. You probably heard about the persons known as Deepak Chopra. Have you ever heard of a person called Deepak Chopra? So Deepak Chopra is a person who is a neurosurgeon. I said not neurosurgeon. He is an endocrinologist. Then he became a neuroendocrinologist. He is a well-known practitioner in America, based in New York, California, and also doing New York. So now he is coming with new books, studies. By the end of this last century, he has produced a lot of books, and also there are various books are being produced by him, and he is showing that what is science behind the Ayurvedic medicine. Because the Ayurvedic was discarded by the world, Western world, for the sake that there is no science behind it. But the science is the importance that they are saying that you have so many neurotransmitters there. And the sense of neurotransmitters, their way behavior, being documented and being seen how it's going to influence the overall health of the persons. Are you getting the point? So nowadays this is being also, that means that is why it is becoming more popular, because it shows the other way around. Other way around means in allopathic medicines we used to treat the patient as a pace. I am an orthopedic surgeon. My concern is to do all the medicine, whatever treatment is related to musculoskeletal problem. I am hardly concerned about the part, what it says. If it is a problem, we will send it to some other physician. Or abdominal problem, I do send to the general surgeon like that. That is where how we behave. And in a case when he is not getting a surgeon or medicine people to consult, probably that part is not giving much importance. It is a true fact. And like this, you do not give a physician to see it. So what to do? Then that is also a matter of concern. Yes or no? So that is why sometimes I believe it is one of the reasons behind it is conflict between the physicians and the doctors. Because our approach is always fragmented. Our approach is not a holistic one. So we try to dissociate the mind from the body. And then there is scientific analysis to tell us that how the mind is playing their role in health is proof. I used to give a study example sometime that there are two groups of severely painful patients who are being treated. One group is given opioids, saying that I am giving some sort of medicines, probably it may help you. Another group is given a placebo, saying that I am giving you very good strong analgesic and opioids is going to heal you. The groups who are actually getting opioids, but taking the opioids, but thinking it is a placebo or a vitamin medicine, we are not getting relief. But the persons who are getting actually placebo, thinking it to be opioids, are getting relief. That is a measure. That is the science behind it. So it is says how mind is playing the important role in the whole health. This is a scientific proof. This is a study being done by the reputed university. Is tell us that how the mind is playing the important role in overall health of the body. Probably this is one of the way probably we can address most of the problems we are facing day-to-day type, carteling down the medicines. The concept of pill for every ill, for allopathy, and the concept of holistic way of treatment is now is a tussle. Yes or no? That is why, and also the way this is being, Ayurveda is being projected nowadays in the scientific forum, which science behind it. They say now is they becoming a confrontation sort of things, and people are adopting this way of thinking also. That is why the meditations and yoga are nowadays becoming more popular in the throughout the world. There is no doubt that today's world is accepting these meditations and yoga, because this mind and its role being ignored with lack of science is being realized by the people that it has God and also science behind it. That is how these things are moving in the coming days. And in true sense, probably out of hundreds, probably most of the patients which we today treat under allopathic medicines, probably most of the things can be solved without giving medicines also. That is my realization. Probably we can cut it, but emergency medicines or trauma, injury, other things, emergency kit, always, of course, it is a allopathic way of treatment is the prudent to do so. So that is how this changing scenario is taking place, what was happening in last century, and what is happening in the beginning of this century. And what you can expect by the end of the century is that probably we can some of the patients can be addressed, most of the patients can be addressed without medications. Without medications. The concept of your pill for every ill probably will be not existing in the near future. That is how the people are realizing in today's scenario. That is the picture, overall picture. Now, as far as the orthopedic is concerned, I would like to tell you something about the orthopedics, how you are supposed to give. There is a tendency of the orthopedic surgeons in recent days is that they have to go for more perfection, more precision. I want to be more perfect. I want to keep more screw over here. I want to do the operations like this and the exercise supposed to be. That is how we are nowadays having a competition among ourselves to show the superiority for the unhealthy competition of your perfectness. Now the question arises: is it actually needed? Are you engaging ourselves for unhealthy competitions of your perfectness? Does the nature need it? That is a big question. Probably no. Why no? Because we all know that the nature is the best healer. And the orthopedic surgeon of late are thinking they are, I myself, thinking that we are more like a god, addressing like everything with the implants and doing the screw. Two things you have to remember. One, in your human body, there is no place for any foreign implants. I am talking something which is very absurd. In true sense, while putting a nail or a plate in a body, does it have any space to play? Does the God is giving a body like this, that I am having a pole like this, that medullary cavity is meant for something else? That means you are displacing something else to have implants there. Yes or no? Again, on the surface of the part of the bone, there is various other muscles are there. There is no place for any foreign body there. This has not been designed. But we are doing what? We are doing displacing this natural thing away from this or with a implants or something else. Are you getting my point? So this body is not designed to this. That means body you are giving something, your foreign body to adjust yourself. So that is always the tussle amongst in the body with your natural, with that of your friend. Whatever might be inert material or whatever might be, but after all it is a foreign material to the body and there is always tussle going on. That is a true fact. And does it important that every time you are supposed to address all this problem with the implants? That is another question. And also another question is that everything should we go for so precision? That is another question. Now I will tell you the one or two to take example. Now the question is that we have in this journey, we have try to forget ourselves the art of doing conservative treatment. But why? Because we are trying to becoming more God. Why? Because we want to address all these things that I am doing a surgery like this, we are going to do that. No. The true sense that every healing of your body is a natural thing. The role of orthopedic surgeon is to what? You are augmenting, you are assisting the natures to heal. Just like you are stitching, a skin is cut, you are stitching, you are doing what? You are not uniting. Yes or no? You are just stitching, but the healing process is a natural one. On the other hand, bone, are you uniting? No, I am not doing. I am not doing. I am applying a plate approximately. We are assisting the nature so that callus formation is taking place like this. So what is your role? Your role is to assist the nature, not to overcome it. So your principle of treatment, whatever it tries, there is always there man behind your to push you to address everything with some implants because of some force is always there. There may be abundant literature in the world today to go for all these things to be go for your. Now what to judge? Whether I should do it, that is your logic. That is how you have to develop the habit of analyzing. Should I go for these operations or no? If so, how much minimum implants we should use to address this problem? Because nature is always there to heal. Your role is to play the minimum role to give a stability to the point. What is needed? Right? Not to overcome this thing. Because it is true that even doing a very excellent surgery, doing a very marvelous, very good surgery, finally it may come out to be a disaster. And even then a very bad surgery, you are not happy that I am doing a very good surgery also, not happy. Finally you will find it is a very excellent result. It is a true fact. It is only, I have seen my 30 years of my experience, I can tell. Sometimes where I am not happy, is giving a very good, excellent. Sometimes I am more happy to do so, very excellent surgery, leading to a disaster. That is my limitations. So it is also proof in these limitations. That is why. So your role in the coming days, mindset should be there. That it's always there. Somebody is with a vested interest is always there to push you towards going for the more instrumentations. No. Instrumentation. Huh? So in these situations it is true. So that is why your mindset should be there to assist this technique with a minimum way of doing so. And this thing you remember throughout your life. When you try to cross over the limit, probably it will end up in your disaster. Are you getting my point? So that is the important thing. And also next thing is the precision. How much precision? Now for the journey of another thing, that is one thing I have told you, that where to do instrumentations or no. Basic principle I always tell you that do the minimum what is needed for the surgery, not to overcome it. No point going so. Nowadays that is being realized that what I am talking, I am giving some evidence also. Where to not to do surgery. A time was there in certain 1890 in this era. If you go with the old books, textbooks, or if you find it textbook in the philosophy by A.O. was that every small fragment should be fixed with a screw. At that time it was not realized that I am dealing with some living organ. That every fragment we are detecting the soft tissue, we are giving screw, excellent, fine result. X-ray, post-operative X-ray, you will feel happy. Wow, such a disaster was fracture and I am giving such an excellent result. What is the final result? Is a disaster again. Because at that time we failed to realize the fact that these bones are also having some living organ, living tissue. We are addressing all these things with the mechanics. Screw everywhere. Excellent X-ray, finally is a disaster. This is a true fact, you can find it in the evidence also. This is what I am talking. I am not talking from my word, it is in evidence, you can find in the textbook also in earlier days. Today, there is a paradigm shift. What is happening? That, whoa, this is life organ. Why you are doing so? Now we are bypassing it, putting the bridging plate, we are not passing it. So there is a paradigm shift of this. But healing and fracture is doing same. The nature is same. Fracture is same. Fracture is same. There may be more complications because of the more velocity of injury today Okay, true, but after all, bone is same, fracture is same, problem is same. But our concept has changed. We have failed to realize in 30 years back, nowadays we are shifting to other thing. So these ways the changes are taking place. So why now in this change of way, how you are going to change yourself? That is another point I am talking. Means, say, for this journey, for the new concept of talking, you are getting a lot of literature available in the world. New things are coming up, your concept is coming up, there will be groups to teach you, there will be journal available with the literature thinking that this is very, very important, very good. But you truly change that most of the journal which is available nowadays, credibility is a questionable thing. And my suggestion to your journal, to you or anyone else, and I am myself also taking that, I do not take the journal as a ice cream. That means swallowing it. I personally, in the 30 years of, I can tell you that I do not swallow this journal literature as a ice cream. Think it to be a raw piece. You need to fry it, then you digest it. Are you getting my point? So do not go the wave of your journals and the new concept coming out. There will be always somebody there behind you, behind the field, to give a wave like this, and also you are getting flying on this wave. Yes, it happens. Wave will come and go. This happens. Then again settle down. I can give you examples. In 1991-93, early part, there was tremendous rush of your Elizarov everywhere. Try to address all the problems with Elizarov, because there was a wave of Elizarov. Now it is settling down. Now it is confining to other for only limited area. That way wave will come. That way it is trust. At that time, literature was full with benefits of your Elizarov. Happen. So same thing. So that is why you have to, now how to go with this wave. That is what I am talking. So you have to realize that what is your limitation is. If you are happy with your own techniques, then I am giving good result with this. There is no point to running with this wave. That I am confident with this problem. I have been dealing with, my experience is saying so. Patience is getting good with my own technique. Then adhere to the point. There is no point waving, fly away with this wave. Do not jump. Because credibility of the literature is being recently questioned by the Lancet. You all know the evidence being Lancet incidence of the chloroquine. Lancet is considered to be one of the best journal in the world and have a very reputed journal. The credibility is never questioned. But what the editor of the journal of the Lancet is speaking in the incidence of the chloroquine, that reflects exactly what is happening behind these so-called journals. I am talking with evidence. You can search in the net also, you can find how they are being manipulated by the companies. This is the status of your Lancet. This is the status of your so-called very reputed journals. Now what will be the status of the other journals? You can remember, you can feel. So that is why my request to all of you, I do not suggest, do not say that do not read articles. Do not go with it. That is also you will be pushing behind. You have to know what is happening around the world. My suggestion to all the journalists is that do not swallow it as an ice cream. Ice cream, so melt it, easily digested. Yes or no? Consume. Think it to be a raw fish. Need to fry it, then digest it, wash it. There's a lot meaning. So that means you have to analyze the credibility. Are you getting my point? That is my views. And this is a true picture actually what I am talking. Because there is a mindset, people will be there to propagate this your concept also. There is a concerted effort. That is all happening. We have seen in the last 30 years. Just like your DCP also coming like this. One time we were talking about the rigid fixation sort of things. Nowadays, no. This water disease is nowadays warping away. Again, concept is changing. We are going for elastic more. So we are thinking that we should bypass your callus formation by doing the evidence, because that is other wrong step we are taking, because we are crossing, bridging a part of your natural healing mechanism by your techniques, which is not desired. So that is why this concept of elasticity is again coming. So that evidence is coming out. Things are moving like this. and you have to go along with this, and also do not means you wash away your ear with the waves. That is your regarding the licentia. Another thing I have talked to you about the precision. That I have told you that we have engaging ourselves with the competition of precision. Precision means what happening, since that means how perfect you are. So to make yourself perfect, what you are doing actually, in true sense, practically, you are exposing more and more to the X-ray. Are you getting my point, what I am talking? See, what real picture is in operation theatres, I am talking the practical realistic picture is that in operation theatre, for your competitions of your perfectness, or precision, what we are doing? I am giving a screw. Oh, this screw is a bit shorter. No. Now I am going to give another screw for them. This fragment is having a 2 mm displacement. No, I want to give more perfect. Shoot. So if you count it like this, now I am talking the real picture, I am talking the truth. Then you will realize that in one day, how many shoots actually took. And we the orthopedic surgeons, we are very much not concerned about the invisible enemy to us, our health. We are hardly concerned about the surrounding of your members, sisters, the ward boy, the OT boy, the anesthetist, then yourself. How much actually judicious to go for this position and endangering yourself and your surrounding? This is another question. Because they have a cumulative effect in your body. This invisible, Are you getting my point? So that is why how you have to limit yourself. Because this is invisible, and how much we are actually using the best called radiological best. You know, because I know, because I am working in different institutions, I have seen people doing so. I have been also doing a lot of surgeries every day. Then I do realize that how much actually I am concerned about your own radiology. I myself as a leader of the department also not concerned about this. Now what will happen to my surrounding members? Is it logical to do so? What will be happening if in 20 years, if you continue like this, 2, 3, 4 cases every day, 100 times shoots, for this journey of your perfectness, is it logical to go with this? Now that's another question. So it is unhealthy, but we actually engaging ourselves with the unhealthy competitions of your perfectness and precision. This is not desired by the nature actually. Nature doesn't like this thing. You know the capability of molding and energy in children. It also have so much molding capacity in the patient also. So you need to limit ourselves, and no point of engaging ourselves with the journey of your precisions. And also endangering your life with the invisible enemy. Yes? So many things. That is what I am actually passing a message to you. How the changing scenario is taking place in these days. How we are getting away from your conservative technique of doing these surgeries, treating these orthopedic problems. And how you are trying to solve the orthopedic problem for more instrumentations and the fixations techniques. And they also journey to go for more precisions and more precision and perfectness. So that is the actually overall pictures in today's scenario. Now you have to go with this, and you have to think. Basic thing is that do not go away with it. And what my suggestion is, always go for the latest editions of the book rather than going for the journals. I do agree that you should read journals. What is going on new, you should supposed to know. But as I said, take care that what to digest, what not to digest. Number one point, but what is more important, that I do consider that the latest edition books are more good. Why it is more good? That these things which are volatile, things which are volatile in the platform of your journals is becoming settled down to the latest edition of book. Are you getting my point? Things are bubbling this way, that way. After all, the fruits being of this, all this bubbling concept are being settling down to the latest editions of the book. So my suggestion is to give more importance to the latest editions of book rather than going for all this. You should go. What is happening? But how much you could give importance, as I told you. Now, what is the real fact going on? So actually, that is why I want to convey. What is the scenario like this? We will be talking the next thing about the postgraduate students, first year students particularly, what is being desired for them. How is supposed to come to do OT, how to come to OPD, how to come to your deal with this patient. A few words of your in the first year students for the particularly. Then I used to say there to the students that you are actually in 4 stages. What are the 4 stages? Just try to tell you. 4 stages is your that your professions definitely in the whole throughout your career supposed to be orthopedic surgeon or probably super specialist surgeons nowadays, as we should engage ourselves for the arthroscopy, spine surgery, like that. And what you are going to be in the super specialty, probably you will, the things we are getting more interesting will be the part. That means in this 3 years course of your training, probably you may develop some interest more sort of the spine or arthroscopy or arthroplasty. That way people used to go. So somebody used to go for trauma, somebody for arthroplasty, somebody for this thing. The area where you develop the interest. That is one part. Another part, during the 3 years course, what I think you are desired to do. I said, the first thing, you have a human being. A human being is important because, you see, I have told you that allopathic medicines are dissociating me. We are becoming more diagnostic oriented nowadays. If you are talking, go for the X-ray, go for the investigation, list of investigation like this. But how much we are actually having this interaction with the patients, another thing. So human to human relations with the, particularly in the field is always distancing ourselves. Because your area of your investigations tools available, then you can go for this. In Western countries, probably most of the time, even patient is before going interactive session with this patient, probably he is being subjected for the investigations. Right? So that is why probably it is also important that one should also have a human touch. 1 point. Number 2 is then I used to say, next is that you become an Indian human. Why Indian human? I told you earlier also that the Indian philosophy is somewhat different from the others' philosophy. Our civilizations, our thinking and civilizations are a bit culture, are a bit different from the world. Because we are Otiti Devo Bhavo. When we think everybody, everywhere there is God, everybody we must respect. We respected it, everything. All living organisms are our respect. So that is how we respect the human being also. That human task probably is more feel in the Indian culture rather than in the Westerns. I do not believe that others are having this sort of rich cultural heritage. That is why, if you go with this changing scenario, changing protocols of your MCI, which is being in under process in the first year, second year now, undergraduate, is basically to make the MBBS doctor a Indian human doctor, Indian doctors. This word is important. That means the philosophy of your Indianism is infused rather than becoming a robot sort of thing and doing mechanical work. Because you are distancing ourselves with our cultures. That is why it is important to be more Indian. So Indian philosophy is different than the others, and we did the way the human task is somehow different from the others. And that is why it is being realized by the MCA also. This another process is going on. Probably in 2025, the people who will be there in PG will have that curriculum, changing curriculum. And your curriculum is also being changed, according to MCA, because to make you more human Indian doctor. That is one part. Number 2. Number 3 is your, third thing is your, do become physician first. So the orthopedic problem, whatever coming to the day-to-day practice in OPD or anything else, almost 80 to 90% can be solved with the physician. So you have to be physicians. And finally you have to be an orthopedic surgeon. So you have 4 stages in my world. 1, you have to be a human being. Number 2, Indian human, Indian doctors. Number 3, physician. And number 4 is your orthopedic surgeon. So you have 4 stages in this year. So that 4 stage, the equipment you are developing, probably the Western concept is also mounted on it. So we know the only allopathic, whatever development is taking place, we are borrowing from the West. All the books starting from the anatomy book to PhD, all the books are also coming from the West only. So we have to mount that Western your education or the knowledge or skill on a human or Indian human. Yes, that is how you being desired in this 3 years course. So that is now today's I also want to talk to you something general. Next time onwards we will be talking on basic things. We will be take up some important subject like your anatomy. Anatomy is very important because whatever you are getting, you must have a very good foundation of anatomy. There is no doubt about it. Orthopedic surgeon basically first anatomy. You have to have a very good picture of. And I also told you sometime that not anatomy but not longitudinal anatomy. Sometimes cross-sectional anatomy is more important. That is more important particularly while you are doing a screw or transversely walking. What I am talking? I am talking that we are, as a medicine MBBS doctor, our orientation is a longitudinal anatomy. Yes, getting my point? Yes, this is the artery is coming like this, vessel is coming like this, this is radiation, that is orientation. But most of the time what we used to do is a plate, screw, which is doing transversely. We are doing a lizard passing transversely. So orientations to the transverse anatomy is very important for your practical purpose. Are you getting my point? That is why it is not the longitudinal anatomy alone, but you also have a very good concept of the cross-sectional anatomy. That is what I am talking about. Basic anatomy. Then subsequently we will talk about the exposures, other techniques also. Beginning again. We will start some basic things. We will go step by step. Thank you. Today's CR class is